Welcome to Tales from the Empty Nest. She's Mama.
And you're a big boy.
And this is episode 1 of our podcast. And we're just a couple of empty nesters with nothing to do. They like to talk about empty nesting. We like to travel. We like food, drink.
And we like being empty nesters.
We like being empty nesters. We like health and fitness.
True.
We like to talk a little bit about marriage stuff. We've learned a lot of stuff in our almost 26 years of being married.
Heck yeah.
So we'll pass some of that along to y'all probably. And then we like sex too.
Yeah, we do. When I'm not too tired.
I'm not too tired.
Or my back hurts.
Or I got a headache.
Or got a headache. Or my stomach hurts.
Yeah, whatever. The list goes on and on.
There's less excuses now that the kids are out of the house, though.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So one of the categories we just talked about, health and fitness, you kind of had like some big news today on the health and fitness front.
I did. So I am a type 1 diabetic, have been for 30 years. And those that don't know much about type 1 diabetes, it's an autoimmune disorder. And my body attacked cells that produce insulin, and I do not produce any. So I'm reliant on insulin 100%. But I went to my doctor's office and had a lab test come back. Hemoglobin A1C, for anyone knows what that test is, an average of your 3 months of blood sugars. And I went from a 6.9 in February to a 5.4, which is in complete normal range and almost unheard of for type 1 diabetes. My doctor wanted me under a 7, and boom, I said, hold my beer, and I went and made it normal. So we'll see if we can keep that up.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's definitely the lowest it's ever been for you. Yes. And like you said, doctors want diabetics to be under 7, and you're like way under 7. Yeah. There's like a huge difference between 6 and 5.
Yeah, and this is my doctor. So my doctor advises under 7 for me. So.
Well, congratulations, babe. Good work.
Yeah, thanks.
She works hard.
I'm pretty proud of that.
She works really, really hard to keep her sugars in line, even though she's drinking wine right now, and she just ate a little ice cream.
You know, part of that though, and I mean not to blame the kids, but man, when you're busy doing life with them and trying to put your heart and soul into them 100%, it's hard to focus on yourself. So, not saying that, you know, couldn't have done better or whatnot, but it definitely has helped being able to focus on my health 100% and not have to deal with what am I going to do with the kids, how are we going to get them here, how are we going to get them there, and then, you know, my health gets put on the back burner. So that's been a positive thing, having the kids move out of the house. There's a few negatives, but there's some positives too.
Yeah, I think kids make just everything in a marriage tougher. Maybe not harder, maybe it's not bad, maybe it's not a problem. Because I sometimes say that. I'll say the problem with marriage is you usually have kids, and then and I don't mean it like that.
Yeah, we never regret having kids. It's just learning how to balance everything, and it's so difficult.
Really
and
hard.
Having kids is so rewarding. Like where we are now, we wouldn't be who we are or what we are without them helping mold us and our marriage, honestly. Yeah. You learn a lot about each other.
Better or worse, right?
Yeah. So
we'll probably talk a lot about kids and empty nesting and all that stuff. We just lost our last kid. She's out again for the third time she's out. Yeah. A lot of people, for those of you that don't know, we've got a TikTok, and that's kind of where we started, and we'll talk about that a little later today. But one of the things we posted one time that kind of blew up and kind of gave me the idea to even maybe do a podcast was there's a lot of people. We just said some stuff about empty nesting and what do you guys do with your rooms, and that video got like 760,000 views and just tons of comments.
A lot of good feedback.
Yeah. And so, but a lot of people said, oh, don't worry, they're moving back.
Yeah.
Don't put any furniture in there. They're moving back. So
little did they know we had already been through that because our daughter moved back. She moved out. This is her third time she's moved out. And we say we're empty nesters, but there's always a place for them if they need help. So
absolutely. So we'll definitely touch on empty nesting and all of that stuff a lot more. But I thought it would be cool to kind of talk about in episode 1, like kind of like the story of us, like how we got together, kind of just, I mean, clearly we've been together for almost 28 years, like dating.
Yeah.
Actually,
no,
over 28 years.
I thought we celebrated
27.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, we went and did our 27th date anniversary just like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the end of July.
Yeah, so anyway, we've been together a really long time, so clearly we can't talk about everything about us. But I thought it'd be kind of cool just to kind of lay the groundwork so people know who we are as a couple.
Oh yeah.
Does that sound cool?
Yeah. Are we talking specifics about where we met or
vague? I think we could leave it a little vague. Me and her met over 27 years ago where we worked. And where we worked was an amusement park. She was you were like a little video game room girl and like
I did the
games. Yeah, games. Mm-hmm. So she was one of those carny girls that tries to make you spend all your money. Yeah, tries to make you steal all your money or give them all your money to win a prize that you'll never win. And I was a ride operator. And tell them the story, babe, because this is funny listening to you tell this story about the first time you noticed me.
Well, this was my second season being at this park, so you weren't there my first season. And I think it was, I don't know, pretty soon into the opening season kickoff or whatever of being open. And
it was like my first day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
I don't remember.
I remember you talked about the specific
It was
ride.
your first day, but we had been open for a little bit, I think.
Probably.
And so I was just walking down the midway to get to my little game place, and you were leaning over the bars of your ride. We were waiting to open, so there wasn't anyone in there yet. You had your sunglasses on. And how old were you? 20?
20? No.
No?
I was 19.
You were 19. No, you were 20.
Was I 20?
Because I was 17.
I wasn't 20.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure that out. We don't want to discuss that, but I'm pretty sure you were 20. Anyway, and so he shaved his head by choice, but for some reason I didn't know until that day that I was attracted to bald-headed men. And so I saw him leaning over the game, and I thought he was really, really hot. So that's where it started. And we were right across from each other that whole day.
Yeah. And I noticed her too. So mutual attractions. And then I don't know. I tried to talk to you a couple times and you were very standoffish and very actually we were sitting there at a table.
So let's put this, I did have a boyfriend at the time.
Well, that's not, who cares about that?
Probably contributed to some standoffish, whatever that word.
Standoffishness?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was sitting at a table with some of my friends before we opened one day, and I saw you standing there, and I was like, "Hey, you can come sit with us if you want." And I was just trying to be polite or whatever. And she's like, "No, I'm okay."
And I just stood.
Yeah, and she did, and with a very mean face.
It's called an RBF.
Yeah,
still have it to this day. I can't break it.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Finally, I don't know. I finally broke through a little bit with you, because I by that point I had advanced in my career at the amusement park to being a guy that gave breaks and things like that. And
let me add, there is such a thing as advancing in an amusement park.
Yeah,
and when you advance, man, you are seen as the person.
That's right. So I had advanced in my career at the amusement park, and so I would get to walk around the park a lot, and so I would go by and chat it up with her a little bit. And she started to open up with me or to me a little bit. And then I think I really threw down the Mac when I said, "Hey, do you want to come over and watch wrestling on Thursday or something like that?" Was it Thursday or Monday?
It was a Thursday night. Yeah. Thursday night wrestling.
I think I was off or something like that. And so I said, "Hey, do you want to come over
every Thursday?
You want to come over Thursday and watch wrestling with me?" And from the panties just came right off. Is essentially the story.
I will add this. I want to say I did say this to you because by this point we were kind of friends. And I said, well, I got to break up with my boyfriend first or something, or at least maybe I thought that in my head.
I don't think you ever told me that,
but I did have to, which my boyfriend and I were not super tight. So that it was a thing that was already falling apart. And so anyway, broke up with him and a couple days before I went on a date with you. Now, a lot of people might say the age difference is kind of crazy. You know, I was a senior. Well, I was summer before my senior year. You were in college. And as a mother, that would be kind of concerning to me for my daughter. But I will add that my dad did some security there for overtime and such. And you got to know him before.
Yeah, her dad liked me.
Yeah, he really did. So that kind of helped ease us into that situation of our age difference at a young age, because now that wouldn't be seen as a big deal.
Yeah.
But back then, it was probably a big deal.
So fast forward, we start dating. We get engaged
A year
later from our very first date.
Correct.
You graduate. Actually, you'd already graduated. You
I
graduated. I was still in school, but I said, you know what?
No, I hadn't graduated.
Yeah, you had, because I went. Yes, you had. You had 100%.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the summer after I graduated.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So
I had just graduated.
Yeah. So, anyways, she graduates. I get tired of school, and I say, hey, I'm joining the Army. And backstory there, her dad was in the Army for a very long time. So she'd already done the Army, already been back and forth
I hated
to
that
Germany,
choice.
Texas, Germany, Texas, the whole Fort Hood rotation, basically back and forth between Germany and Texas.
I had seen what my mom had to go through, so I didn't want to have that life for me. But hindsight, I'm glad we did it that way, or you did it that way, rather.
That's right. So neither one of us at this point have a college degree. We go off as young kids. I join the military. I go to basic training. I start my advanced individual training. We were planning on getting married the next spring, but when I went to AIT, my AIT was so long. That's the school you go to where you learn how to do your job. Mine was so long because it's so technical that I got orders like I was going to a permanent change of station. And so I was able to bring a spouse, and we were able to start having a basic housing allowance and all these things that like most
you don't normally get. Yeah.
Right. Most people in training don't get. So I said, shoot, why don't we just get married when I come home for Christmas? Because in the military, in the Army, I don't know how it is in the other branches. In the Army, when you come, they shut down the bases, the training bases during the holidays. So everybody, you got to go. You can't stay there.
Yeah. So we were supposed to get married in May of 2000, and we ended up rushing it and got married December, the day after Christmas of 1999.
So right before the end of the world, we decided we could at least stay married for a few days until the end of the world happened.
What was that called?
Y2K.
Y2K.
Which never happened. But anyway, so we got married the day after Christmas. And then I don't remember how many days. It wasn't too many days after that. I had to go back.
Yeah.
And I got everything squared away to where she could follow me. And she moved out to Georgia. We lived there for a few months. Then we were stationed at Fort Hood, which is where I was stationed the entire time I was in the Army. I did come down on orders to go to Korea, but that was right when
I was pregnant.
Well, you were pregnant, and I did not want to go to Korea, but it was also going to be my last year in the Army.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have to try to find a job from South Korea. So I begged and begged and begged with my branch manager to just let me stay here. I can find you a specialist that wants to go.
Well, what helped is I was also a high-risk pregnancy. So
it didn't help because they told me I'm going.
Oh,
and then
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then we got deployed to Iraq. So I spent my last amount of time in the Army deployed to Iraq. So I guess I lost that battle. I probably should have just went to South Korea. But at one point while we're in the Army, we go, hey, kids are free. While you're in the Army, we should have a kid. And so we did.
That's not exactly how
That's kind of how the conversation went.
We also were hanging out with people who had kids.
That's true. And we knew we always wanted to have kids.
And we just loved seeing that and loved hanging out with their kids. And at that point, we were like, why not? Let's do this. And if you've ever lived the military life or know of the military life, you know, stereotypically, you're having kids, you're getting married young, you're having kids young.
That's right.
So I don't know why that is the way it is, but it's just kind of how it goes. And we were one of the few couples that we were hanging out with that didn't have any kids, and we just loved being around them, and it kind of just made us have some baby fever.
Yeah,
and them being a lot cheaper didn't hurt.
Yeah, cheap is in completely free. Like, don't pay for anything.
So anyway,
when you're in the military. So
we had our daughter 2002 October. So we had been married a little while, and
yep, she was 5 months old. And I remember this very vividly. The day I put her back in her crib because I had to leave. I had to go because we were flying out that night. And that was like a really hard day.
Yeah, I can count on two hands how many times I've seen you cry, and that was one of them.
Yeah, and I wasn't crying because of anything we were about to go do from like an Army perspective. I was crying because I had to leave my 5-month-old baby. I had to leave my young wife. I didn't know. I mean, we didn't have anybody that lived right there near us.
None of our family was
We had
close.
family in state, and so we knew we were going to be taken care of. I knew they were going to be taken care of from that perspective. But
matter of fact, I did go live with my mom when you left for those couple months.
So you crashed in on your mom.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah,
my mom thought she was an
bitch.
empty nester. And hey, I'm coming back with a +1.
Yeah, so I go do that. Somehow they lift the stop loss at some. We had no idea how long we were going to be in Iraq. And then all of a sudden they lifted the stop loss, which made me eligible to ETS, which is getting out of the Army. Mm-hmm. And so I put in my packet for that. My brand new company commander, the new battalion commander, he just got there like two weeks before, brought me in, had a discussion with me. And very matter-of-factly told me that he didn't think he was going to approve this packet because he didn't think I should go. I said, sir, I can't stop. I mean, you're the boss, right? Like, I can't change your mind, but I really wish you would consider this because I already had a job lined up, which was really important for me. And so ended up working out. I got to come home. I got out of the Army officially in December of 2003, and I started working for a company right there on base, basically doing the same type of stuff I did while I was in the Army. So a lot of support of the Army, and then I wound up back in Iraq.
Yeah.
The next summer,
right when we wanted to get pregnant with our second kid,
right,
and so we had to push that back. And
yep, but when I got back,
it took no time at all.
And
then we had our son.
Yeah, and then we had our son, and then we lived down there. I did that for what, like 12 years, something like that. Mm-hmm. As the kids got older, I mean, Mama got to stay home with the kids.
That was a big sacrifice, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
That was important to us. So
yeah, it was something that, I mean, it was way more important for you, I think. Like, I wasn't attached to it the way you were, but I wanted to be able to to try to help you.
It was important for me to stay home.
So yeah, that's what we did. But then I think our son was going to a kindergarten, but it wasn't like public school kindergarten, and he still wasn't old enough technically to be in public school kindergarten. So it was about a year from when he was going to actually go to school, and I kind of just sat down with Mama, and I said, "What are you going to do? Because
yeah,
the kids are going to be in school.
They're about to do a little mini empty nest, you know.
Yeah, they're going to be gone, so you're not just going to sit around here, right?" And you were kind of like, "I don't know." And man, oddest choice of career ever.
Yeah, if you know me personally, this was a very odd choice of a career for me, but it's where I am, and I chose nursing, so that's what I went to do. We both busted our butt at the same time and earned our degrees while we were raising kids, and you were working full time.
That's right.
But yeah, we And that might be where we have to go into a next episode, because that is where things started to be a little more complicated for us.
Oh, we'll definitely
we'll dive into that.
We'll dive into that. Probably the next episode we'll talk about, how that was really stressful time.
Yes.
It was stressful for us. It was probably really stressful for the kids. We did our
Yes.
best to make it normal. But it was a lot. And it was really hard. And I think that's kind of where our marriage kind of started to suffer.
Yes.
And where we kind of lost, I don't know, how do you say it? Like we lost each other almost.
Yeah.
Like we just we were off doing our own thing, and we were so
hard
busy.
to juggle everything, and what got put on the back burner
was us. Yeah. So anyway, we'll definitely talk about that next time. But luckily we were able to keep pushing through all of that, and our kids have now graduated from high school, and one of them has graduated from college, and the other one's off doing his own thing in the trades and doing really well there. Mm-hmm. And now we have a lot of time to focus on each other, and I know I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited. We need to find something to do, because honestly, I've told you, like, I feel a little depressed, because in a way it's like, I know they still need me. I'm never not going to be needed as a mom, but I'm not needed as in a way where when they lived at home. So I'm just sitting here once work is done going, what now? So it's good to kind of talk about stuff, and this is another way for us to get to
I agree.
to learn about each other.
I think
and
this will be kind of like therapeutic, and I hope that some people will start listening to it, and it can help them too.
Or help us with the feedback, maybe. You know what they say, and
we can learn from people too. We're not perfect by any means, but one of the things that was really sad to me on that post about empty, or actually we did one kind of about how we lost. I think I said something like, what's your biggest regret in our marriage, or something like that. Yeah. And you mentioned, really prioritizing the kids and not prioritizing each other. And a lot of people left comments that said, yep, this is where we failed, and we're now divorced, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, man, and it's rough, man. It's hard. I mean,
it's so crazy that I didn't realize that was an issue until you told me about that. That's how deep and like I was into children and raising children and being a mom, that I didn't realize. Oh yeah.
I don't think any mother goes,
I have a husband too. Yeah.
I don't think moms like wake up every day and go, how can I sort of disenfranchise my husband and just only happens. Care about the kid? It just happens because you want to be a good mom. And, it is hard. We were able to get through that, and now we're doing what we do. We started some people might go, why the hell are you guys doing a podcast? And I think for me, we kind of joked around about doing a TikTok together.
Yeah. And that's been fun too.
It's been real fun. Yeah. It's been a blast, and it's kind of evolved. We started that thing in 2024, I think.
Yeah, last year, but weren't really.
We didn't really do anything. Yeah. We did a few videos, nothing big. And then I don't know. I just felt like this year, like we should really like focus on it and do it. And I've been having a blast doing it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So we started that TikTok, and it's I wouldn't say it's blown up. I mean, I think we have.
Yeah, we're newbies.
Yeah, we have like 12,000 followers.
We don't know what we're
which
doing.
Is cool.
We just post because it's fun.
It's just fun. Yeah,
it's fun to get the feedback, and also people who can relate to what you're posting.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's interesting to I had no idea there were so many Gen X people.
Yeah.
And like that are really tied,
empty nesters too.
Yeah, tied to being Gen X, and I didn't. I mean, I guess I knew there was a lot of empty nesters, but I didn't know they were scrolling TikTok, and I didn't know they would find anything like that, interesting. Yeah. So we started the TikTok, and then as it started to grow a little bit, and we started talking about more serious things. Like I think everybody when they go on TikTok, their initial thing is to like try to find some niche. How do you say that word? Is it niche or niche?
I don't know.
Niche. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Trying to find that thing that, kind of is you, right? And I think we, to some extent, just tried to do like trends or,
yeah.
Like we tried to find the funny things to do.
Sometimes those are fun just to see, hey, can I do this?
Yeah. And actually, originally, I just started posting like a lot of videos of you in your bathing suits.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So
it's a hodgepodge of stuff.
We don't have like a...
And that's us. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, we are a hodgepodge.
So
anyways, it started to grow. We started to do like some different stuff and some serious stuff. And then it got just such a big response to it that I was like, man, like it's impossible to answer all those questions and respond to everybody's comments. And you want to do that because I feel like if you're
involved and
like you're kind of building like a little community
like
of people,
a relationship.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, how could we do something like that? How could we take our experiences and help people, but also be able to talk about it a little? Because nobody's going to watch a 10-minute TikTok video of me going, hey, da 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 da.
Heck, that could be how we find friends.
But they might listen to it in the car on the way to work or whatever like that. Or at lunch, they might sit and turn it on and listen to it. So I thought, well, man, let's talk this woman into doing a podcast because this really not your thing.
No, it's not.
So
he needs to do a lot of back rubs, filling up my wine glass, making me dinner.
I already do all that
That's
stuff.
how these will continue. So maybe we'll document that on TikTok. So what he does to
get another episode,
continue getting me talking about this because I am a big introvert. So this stuff is kind of hard for me.
Which you won't believe at all if you go to our TikTok. You will not believe that she's... I mean,
but
I don't
it's
know.
just me and you.
That's true.
And sometimes I don't even know you're recording. So to be fair,
that is not fair.
Trickery.
I'm always recording, so you know exactly when I'm recording. So yeah, so we said, hey, let's do a podcast, and then I started thinking about what will we talk about? Because you can only talk about stuff like so much, right? Like I mean. You kind of.
I'm sure our kids will give us stuff to talk about, even living afar. So
that's true. They probably will.
I mean, we can talk about how our son didn't pay his gas bill. So
that's a funny story. So our son moves out with a couple of buddies. They find a really nice house to rent, and it is really nice. I was really surprised.
I was surprised too.
I was surprised that they were able to nail that down and do it, but. So they move in, and the other day, I think I was taking a shower, right? And you had texted me, while I was in the shower.
I said, just to let you know, he's here. He's taking a shower,
and so like the strangest text. I'm like, why is he at my house taking a shower? And so we start to have a conversation about it, and it turns out when they moved into the place, they did not put the gas bill in one of their names. So I guess they were still billing the old residents.
And this had been going on for
it's like 3 or 4 months.
3 months.
So you would think they would catch that quicker, but they just went and shut their gas off. and so when they called to try to figure out what's going on, they told them it was going to be like 7 days or something like that.
So he had come to us, and I was like, "Well, how long has it been off?" Oh, since whatever. He had been taking cold showers for like 2 or 3 days, and he's like, "I just needed a hot shower."
It's crazy.
So, yeah, and then he took that hot shower. I think it was a Thursday, and his gas it wasn't getting turned back on till Monday. So he took many cold showers. So lesson learned pretty quick off the
if you're young,
quick out of the gate.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's life. I mean I think we probably learned a lot of stuff that we would laugh at ourselves.
I will say we never had our utilities turned off.
That's true. We did not.
So
I think we did pretty good. Even for being young and dumb and all that stuff, like I think we did pretty good. And that's another thing we'll have to talk about. I think is just the evolution of us. When we first got married,
well, let me just say that's Gen X versus what is he?
I don't know. Gen Z.
Z. I think he's a Gen Z.
Yeah, I don't know what
That's
they are.
the difference right there.
It's possible. I don't know. But I think one of the interesting things about you and me is when we first got married, I was a complete idiot with money.
Yeah, you were.
And like,
Glad you admitted that.
like just every way you could be stupid about money, like I was stupid about money. So, and she was like the one that did all the bills and balanced the checkbooks. And now she doesn't even look at that stuff.
No, it causes me anxiety.
Yeah. So
It's his job now.
So anyway, yeah. So we're excited, and I think we're going to do this weekly. I don't know what we'll talk about next week, but what you guys can do is you
Give
guys
us some topics.
Yeah, we're happy to take topics. You guys can go to talesfromemptynest.com. If you're on our social media, the links are right there in the bios. Our email address is there. Their Twitter, link to Twitter, a link to TikTok. There's links to this podcast there as well. So definitely do that. So if you're interested in hearing people talk about empty nesting, marriage, health and fitness, travel, food, drink, sex in your 40s, all that good stuff, you might like us. You might not, but give us a shot. So yeah, and I think we're gonna have some merchandise stuff coming. So a lot of people have been, because I say pull and lit.
Pull and lit, yeah.
So pull and lit is like our thing.
We gotta talk about T-Mam next time.
Yeah. So pull and lit is our thing. T-Mam is our thing. Tex-Mex margaritas. Pool and lit is just pool and drinking, basically. I call it pool and lit. We got a lot of feedback on that from TikTok as well. So I actually got some pool and lit hats drummed up and some pool and lit koozies.
I want a koozie.
Yeah, well, I already ordered you one. So anyway, once we get those and determine that we think they're worthy of you guys purchasing them, like they're not junk, we'll throw the store up and make sure you guys see that. But yeah, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok. I just started our Twitter like a week ago, maybe. So there's like almost nothing there. But the TikTok is full. We're on there all the time. And then you guys can catch us here. We'll be on Spotify and we'll be on Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube. We'll put the audio up on YouTube. So yeah, I think that's a good place to stop the first episode. Mama, thanks for being here with me. I know this isn't exactly your cup of tea.
It's a good time to wrap it up because
Mama's out of wine.
You need to pour me some more wine.
So, number one thing, we're going to have to get Mama a bigger wine glass so she can stay down here and talk with us longer. But anyway, that's it for episode 1. Thanks for listening. You guys have a good night.